Last but not least, we have Enterprise Batchloader. So Enterprise Batchloader has been used in a number of different scenarios here at Fishbowl and our customers, and it's the last portion of Admin Suite. It makes up the 4 most popular, most useful components of the content server optimization for 12c. Enterprise Batchloader has been used to solve various business problems, such as difficulty batchloading content into Web Center, hidden content due to storage and network folders and stuff that's out there you want to get off of your file system. We use it for migration activities, and we've also used it for third-party data and reporting capabilities that people are providing files that need to be stored in your content server, then content server and served up through the content server web UI, a custom internet or intranet page, such as rewards, PDFs, statements, and things of that nature. It easily loads content from other systems into workflow. We can batch load content into workflow on the content server side of things. You can integrate with EBS. And one of the last kind of use cases we use it for quite a bit is that the kind of a smaller contribution model over check-in similar. So it's basically made up of a watch folder. You can perform many things during the process. You create 1 or more watch folders throughout your definition of how you might want to upload content to check in a new document, a new revision of an existing document, update metadata, and delete the document. So it's got a very powerful preprocessor for also creating and working with the batch load format file and either adding more data to lookup tables or using lookup data to help tag your information that's coming in. Allows the custom preprocessor to retrieve it from even other data sources other than the ones that might be stored in the content server if you have some master data model kind of options you're trying to apply in your environment. And you can be configured to email an administrator if errors occur. So basically this process looks like you see on the screen. The third-party system can provide the input file that's used to define the metadata attributes about the files that are being uploaded in a form of XML, text, BLF that we can provide the format for. It can go through the preprocessor and create the file we need the watch folder to use when it gets uploaded into Web Center. And we can take that native file that was supplied by the third-party system or the contributor that was dropped into the folder, and then that content will get uploaded to the content server automatically. It's a very powerful tool for satisfying a lot of issues with content coming from other sources, maybe even out of EBS or even multifunction devices where you want items scanned to your watch folder, and then it'll be automatically picked up and click through a workflow on the content server side of things. So we'll do a quick demonstration on how to do a document contribution into the watch folder. So what you're seeing here is an example of 8 documents on the left-hand side that I'm going to drop into a watch folder on the right-hand side. So there's a configuration file that can be defined per watch folder or per environment or multiple watch folders or multiple installations of EBL. So your configurations are basically limitless. I have a basic one that's set up that will automatically assign metadata as a result of being dropped into this watch folder. So I'm going to basically take these 8 documents and cut and paste them over into the watch folder. The watch folder in EBL will automatically look for it every 5, 6, 10 seconds and then pick up the documents from the watch folder and start to move them into the process. If they are errored out, they will show up in a designated error file that's part of your configuration environment. And then once you get them into the content server, they can either show up directly, but in this case, I have them showing up in the workflow queue. So as part of my semi-manual contribution process, I took these multiple documents and I want to see them in workflow and review them first before I would go through and maybe update any metadata, tag them, or approve them in the workflow step. And you'll notice in this case, I am not the first approver of this. I can simply see them based on my privileges. The person who has the right privileges is a different user who can then make the necessary changes to those documents as needed through the process. So queuing these up through the workflow process is a normal activity. You can also just batch load them quickly with defined metadata as part of the source system, or you can go back and update them later on.